Hey, what's up guys? Chad Forrester, lifelong natural bodybuilder with another check-in. 3 weeks out from the OCB Florida West Coast Classic as of yesterday. That's 4 weeks out from the OCB Midwest States, which will be the 18th of November, the week after. So anyway, kind of focused on my check-in in this episode, as well as a Halloween party that I attended, had a blast, but yet stuck to my guns on my normal food intake. Didn't drink a drop. Didn't eat anything off my plan other than just some veggies off the veggie tray while I was there, but I packed my food and took it with me. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's focus on the check-in first. First things first, my weight had a slight uptake. I was about 190.8 this week. Or no, it was 190 flat, I'm sorry, 190 flat, but that was slightly up from a 188.8, which was my check-in before on Wednesday. So again, I had a couple rounds of HIIT cardio in between Wednesday's check-in and Saturday, so I'm not really sweating it. My coach isn't sweating it. Brian said we're all good. In fact, he gave me a refeed day today being Sunday. So my refeed day consists of 7 meals, and the macros for those 7 meals are 35 grams of protein, 100 grams of carbs, and then trace fats. I don't add any fats, it's just whatever's in the carbs and protein sources that I'm taking in. And that's per meal time. So it's 700 grams of carbs today. So tomorrow should be interesting as far as the pump that I get. It should be pretty insane. And cardio now moved to 30 minutes of LIST cardio, which is low intensity steady state cardio. So kind of what I do on that piece is I'll jump on a bike or a treadmill, and I'll just go at a decent clip, 60% of my all out speed, maybe somewhere in that vicinity, for 30 minutes. So on the bike this morning, I ran about 105 RPMs for 30 minutes. I think the mileage was, I don't know, 8 miles or something I put on the bike this morning in 30 minutes, and burned a couple hundred calories. Nothing major, but just keeping that cardio thing. That's going to be 7 days a week. It's going to be fasted as well, so I'll do it before I might take my first meal. And my work day usually starts about 5 a.m. For most of the days, so I'll be in the gym at about 3:30 or so, getting that 30 minutes in. But that's kind of the check-in. Oh, my waist stayed the same at a 31, nothing changed there. So my waist got pretty small. That's about where it maxed out at 31, I guess, shrinking down to a 31 in my last contest. I think that's about as low as it gets. It's about bones now at that point. So anyway, that's kind of the check-in. So let's talk about the Halloween party. So had planned this Halloween party for a few months now. Pretty good time, and it was a huge party. I'm going to put in a couple of pics and stuff throughout this video here, but you know, you look at going to an event and kind of how you stay on track, and a part of it has got to be your OCD about stuff, and that's kind of how I am about prep. I don't look at prep being something that impacts my life in a negative way. I look at prep enhancing my life. It's kind of weird, but I'm really OCD about stuff, so it doesn't bother me at all not to drink. I didn't take in and there was a bar in there, and it was all you can drink. You just go in there and drink whatever you want. And it was just full of stuff. I could have had a very good time with that, but I held off and didn't drink anything but water, which was awesome for me. And then also the food was unreal. Everybody brought trays of food and Halloween treats, and there was Oreo stuff, and I love cookies, and I didn't get to partake in any of those, which kind of sucked, but it is what it is. There were some veggie trays there. I didn't do the dip. I just did straight veggies, did some cauliflower and some broccoli and some carrots and some tomatoes, and that was just to snack on a little bit in between what I brought for myself, which was just something really easy travel food. That's kind of what you got to think about. You know, when you go out, you know, whether you're traveling to a place, you got to bring your food. You got to plan that out. And whether or not you're going to be going to a party, an event, whatever, you got to think of the time span you're going to be there, how your meals are laid out. Because my meals I eat every 2 to 3 hours, so it just depends on kind of when my day starts versus 3 hours versus 2. But anyway, you got to plan that all out in your head and figure out what you're going to do, and then plan your meals. So for me, I like to take easy stuff to travel with. You know, you're not going to be traveling. A lot of times there may not be a microwave, so you can't heat stuff up. There may not be a place to sit out and do a spread. So you know, you got to be very cognizant of where you're going to be. So for me, I grabbed easy stuff. You know, beef jerky is easy. Rice cakes are easy. Protein bars are pretty easy. Stuff like that is kind of how I make sure I got what I'm going to take in. The good thing is when you're in prep and this far in, your macros are pretty low. So, you know, a couple of rice cakes will do you, where you don't have to have a cup of rice or whatever it might be for carbs. So, you know, that's kind of how I roll. So I had a protein bar and a couple of rice cakes at the party. There's a great picture of me by the food table eating my rice cake. My mom even said, I know that's not a cookie in the picture, but it wasn't a cookie. I wish it was a cookie, but it wasn't. So anyway, that's kind of the drill on that piece. One thing that was really cool, I decided to go to the party as a, one of my friends said a village person. Whatever, you take it how you will. I'm gonna put a picture up of my outfit. And what's cool about being in prep is you turn into a mini celebrity anywhere that you can go where you don't wear a shirt. So of course my village person cowboy outfit didn't have a shirt, so had the abs blazing, and everybody, I became the ab guy. This party had like 200 people there, and I took several pictures with maybe intoxicated females. I don't know, we'll leave that the way it sits, but a lot of them decided they wanted a picture with the ab guy. So who am I to say no? So I took some pictures with some people, and it was a good time. We had a blast, and that's kind of where we're at. So you know, I'll check in again on Wednesday, and at that point we'll be, what, 2 weeks and 5 or 6 days, so 4 days. So that's where we'll be, and we'll see where we're at then, and hopefully we got some more lines kicking and getting a little bit leaner and ready to go. Posing right now, hit that before I sign off. I'm posing every single night. On my off days from lifting, I'm posing extra. You can't be too prepared when it comes to posing. When you get on stage, go watch a show. If you're interested in starting to compete and you haven't done it yet, go watch a show, and you can pick the guys out, or even girls for that matter, that don't put in the time. You know, you got to put in the time. You can't just get through the poses. I've had posing coaches because I'm kind of OCD about that stuff. I want to make sure that I'm presenting the best package I can. And you can beat out a guy based on how you present your package. They may even be leaner and bigger than you, but you present your package better to the judges. There's certain things you can do. But anyway, go watch a show and watch the guy up there sweating bullets and sweating his tan off and shaking in every pose. That's the guy that didn't put in the time to pose. So I guess if I'm giving anybody the golden rule, pose, pose, pose. Get it where you know it. Pose in front of a mirror until you get down the muscle memory, and then take the mirror away and pose without the mirror and have somebody watch you, and keep going through the cycles and cycles and cycles until it's just natural. So when you throw up a double bi, your shoulders are even, your biceps your arms are at 90, you're all good, everything, your feet are right. You start from the base and work your way up in your pose. You always pose with your base first and work your way up, legs, glutes, and then into your pose. So anyway, that's my tip of the day, and that's my check-in and my update for the party I went to. So I'll catch you guys on Wednesday. Thanks.